Hey everybody, I hope you're doing okay. I'm going to be attempting another balloon smash today, and I'm not sure how it's going to pan out. I'm just going to kind of randomly go with it. I like to just kind of let my spirit flow and see how it goes. And just to let you know, I'm using DecoArt colors: lime, sour apple color, Festive Green, Dioxazine Purple, Purple Pizazz, Calypso Blue, Cadmium Yellow, True Ochre. So those are in the bottles, black and white, and then I've got some in cups. Some has silicone in it, some doesn't. The DecoArt and the Calypso Blue, I wanted to show you just how I mix it. It's 1 part paint, and I just eyeball it because it doesn't have to be perfect science. This is Floetrol latex based, and you just stir it up, and you want it to be to the consistency of melted ice cream or warm honey pouring off a stick. You don't want it to stick to your stick like a clump, then it's too thick, and you don't want it to drip off your stick like water, because then it's too watery. So you want it to pour off your stick in a steady stream, so where it lays down on top of that surface of the paint and sinks right into it, but it's a steady, continual stream of paint. That is the desired consistency. I'm not going to put any silicone in that. I didn't put any in my Purple Pizazz. There is some in the yellow and purple, and in these colors, the ochre, the dark, and the sour apple greens. Then I have always used white Artist Loft Flow Acrylic. Everything's 1-to-1 with Floetrol, and it's in my cup. And this cup had sat one day after a class and had sat for quite a while uncovered. So it is on the thicker side, but that's okay. We'll just wing it anyway. I've got my Wilton icing fondant spreader, which is in the Amazon link below the video. So I'm just going to spread this around. This is a 12 by 24 inch canvas. I just want a good thin coat of white, because this white is always going to look different from the white that the canvas is primed with, that it comes out of the package. So you want a good coat of white. And I have push pins on the bottom of the canvas to keep it elevated from the table. And we do that so that you can get your fingers under the canvas if you need to turn the canvas or anything like that. You don't have the issue of sticking your fingers in a puddle of paint on the surface of your table or whatever you're working on. And this is not going to be a pour where the paint goes off the edges, so I don't have to worry about the sides being covered with color. They will just be white. So I'm just making sure I've got no dry spots on the canvas. Make sure it's pretty level. Doesn't have to be perfect though. This is the good part about the paint, is the paint will self-level as it dries. I've got butcher paper underneath, and then I've got a plastic kennel liner for a dog crate. So it's on top of my table, so it kind of is a good protective layer, and then the butcher paper is on it for any drips. If I ever have drips that are beautiful that I want to keep, I can let it dry and peel them right off the butcher paper. It's great for that. I'm going to go ahead and put gloves on. I'm trying not to be messy, but I may be messy anyway. So I may or may not put leaves on here. I think I'm planning on putting leaves, and if I do, I will swipe them probably with my palette knife. So I have my little handy little palette knife that came from Jerry's Artorama. It's got an oval blade, which is what I really like. It's about 1.25 inches maybe. It's perfect for small swipes. And the other thing I like to do is just sometimes just drop the canvas on the table, and that helps with bubbles, that kind of thing. So I was trying to decide my composition, if I wanted it like vertical, like a bouquet, or did I want it random, which I may still, I think I kind of do want it random. So I'm going to try one out first, and this is going to be totally hit and miss. What I'm going to do is do a puddle of gold, this True Ochre color, do the yellow on top, and then I want a ring of the turquoise. See, this would be easier to do out of my squeeze bottles, but some of it does not have silicone, which was what my preference was, is not to have any silicone in parts of it. So that's why I am using the cups, because I could mix, you know, fresh paint without silicone, and all my bottles have silicone in them. So here we go. We're going to try this and see if it works. I'm getting my little splashes out of there. Got my blue. Not what I expected, but it's really pretty. Really pretty. But I don't think I want to use this. The other thing I wanted to try, before I go any further, I wanted to see what would happen with my little mini blower. So it kind of worked. That right there, I'm going to take my straw. So this doesn't look anything like anybody else's balloon smashes that they do. LOL. That's one of those things, it's like, anytime I attempt to do somebody else's style, it never turns out the way theirs look. So I can always kind of be assured that it's not going to look that way. So we'll do another one right here. I did have black, but I don't know if I want black, so, but we might put a few little black drops in the middle, who knows. This is in the Amazon link below the video, by the way. It is a real thing. I think the key too is to have enough white underneath, because the white is not thick enough. So I'm going to add more white real quick, just to make sure that it's enough. When you paint, if you're blowing anything, if your paint is almost dried or like, you know, super thick, or not thick, thin, super thin, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm just adding white around it. I do like the colors together though. They're working out really well. Okay, I am going to blow this one. Just a little bit more. So now I'm going to try to do some bubbles. Try to do a smaller one here. It's very easy to stick your straw, which I have a straw taped into the nozzle because the nozzle was too large and the air goes out too far. So I try to control it more with a smaller straw. So if the paint is not thick enough, it's not going to move any further on that. I don't think the blower is going to be strong enough, but we'll give it a try first. Maybe. Okay. So I like that pretty well. So now I just need to connect everything. So I'm going to use my bottles. And I think I'm going to add this deep peacock green into the mixture. Or do I want to put black? Maybe I'll use black. Well, first of all, so I'm going to try a leaf with black. So I'm going to try just a dot of black and a bigger dot of green, and then lime. And I'm going to pull out the yellow in a bottle that has silicone in it and put a dot. And let's try this. If I want to do the palette knife or how I want to do it. I can also go in the reverse. I can start with the yellow, lime, the sour apple, festive green, and then black on top, and then when I swipe, the black will go over the colors. So the only way to know whether you want to do it one way or another is just to try it. So I'll try one here. So this kind of goes similar and looks either way. So clean up that edge that I smeared. Okay, let's see. I'm going to bring out my bigger palette knife that is it's kind of like a rectangle with curved edges. So no sharp edges on it. So I can make my leaves just a little bit bigger. hear clicking in the background, it is my baseboard heating. It's the old-fashioned style baseboard heating. So when it kicks in, there's this clicking sound. It's very loud to me, but I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background or not. So I'm just trying to separate some of the petals. And the white is starting to dry. That's why I'm adding this white, is just to make sure there's some white paint to drag into it. I did not put any black dots on the bud looking parts, just the big round flowers. So it doesn't look like other people's balloon smashes, but hey, it's kind of like an abstract floral, and I love the colors together. I love that little pop of aqua and the yellows in the center, the purples, and the cells. Even the cells, I do like them. So it's not like other people's balloon smashes, but I'm pleased with it regardless. So I'm just going to make sure my little leaves that come over the edge go down over the side of the canvas. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Check out all the links below the video, the Amazon recommendations, the Facebook group page. Come over and join my Facebook group and post your pictures there. Check me out on Instagram too. I'm Sandra Lett there. There's a PayPal and Patreon link below the video if you'd like to support me in any way. It is greatly appreciated. I spend a ton of money to make these videos, and I'm fairly pleased with this one. It did not come out anything like I envisioned, but what pour usually does. You know, usually when you do an acrylic pour, it is always going to be kind of the way the paint interacts and wants to play with the other paints, and you can only control it so much. And I don't mind that, because it's just like life. It's just something that you only have a little bit of control over, but you really don't have as much control over it as you think you do. So maybe we need to let loose a little bit and let go of our control. I know that I do. That's a lesson for me, for sure, letting go. So here it is, and I'm pretty pleased with it. So thank you again, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.